primer vino que se embotelló en Riscal fue en 1862. Y ya en ese año da comienzo el Médoc Alavés. Por lo tanto, el primer vino que se hace al estilo Bordeles en Rioja es el 1862, del cual todavía conservamos unas poquitas botellas.
Vinos míticos, vinos que son símbolo de otras generaciones, en definitiva, una parte a la que hay que hacer reverencia y culto.
When I see all this bottle, it's really amazing. I never seen that in my life.
Because nobody on earth have this stock of wine. Because this land has been relatively lucky. Here, there was never a war in the last 200 years. They could keep all the stocks, and this is one of the greatest things here. Here you can learn in the way that one should learn in a liquid way the history of wine.
Will allow people to understand how profound the history of Marqués de Riscal is.
Lo que consiste la cata histórica es que vamos sacando 2 vinos de cada añada, de modo que bueno, se pueda ir viendo la historia de La Rioja, la historia de Riscal, la historia de las cosas.
That is a long story, because we began the tasting in the middle of the 19th century.
2 vintages per decade is something unique. You know, how many wineries in the world can do that? Everybody knows that the bottles are limited.
When you pull all those vintages together, it tells an even greater story. It tells the story of modern wine.
I've had the chance today to taste a wine from 1862 and then to taste right the way through to the present day.
When you have tasted this wine, you have imbibed this wine, you have transformed these molecules into electrons of your memory, and you're communicating with other people. This is the moment that wine becomes great, at the moment of its death.
With this 1862 vintage, you are drinking the first bottled Rioja at the French style.
Es una oportunidad esto.
No, pues es una oportunidad única, ¿no? Y es extraordinario.
The old wines are difficult to taste. How can you evoke the aging of a wine that is 140 years old if you have never tried it?
It's very difficult just to give rules on this. I would say, with a lot of respect, with open-mindedness, never having a judgment after you had all the elements for making the judgment, and thinking out of the box on the context of the wine, and trying to look in your memory for the references.
In the end, it's one of the big experiences in a taster's life.
Hoy ha llegado un momento memorable para mi vida, de poder comprender en cada decenio, en cada centuria, un contexto, una cultura, una realidad distinta.
It is very emotional to think about the moment where all these people have been producing this wine.
You know, to be able to taste these wines is such an extraordinary privilege because we are going back in time.
Mira esto, 99.
Es una pasada.
Esta está igual, ¿eh?
This is one of the greats.
¿Quién necesita Borgoña cuando se puede beber esto?
Everybody was fascinated, especially with my French colleagues. France is something special always. And I could see it, they couldn't believe it. No? And this really means we had a historical opportunity with this tasting, something unique.
¿Cómo va ahí? 99 es...
The message of Marqués de Riscal is that they have been making a world-class wine since 160 years ago. And they had the idea and the vision to produce this wine to be at that level.
I'm looking always for outstanding wines all over the world, but I have a particular interest in Spain, and I'm really looking for a wine that speaks of the place that it comes from.
Something outstanding, really, even for me. And we had fantastic tasters, and I saw the eyes, you know, I mean.
I'm trying to think of one word that would describe what I've experienced today. I think enjoyment.
Elegance.
Once in a lifetime.
The sensorial experience was out of this world.